Graziella TV. Welcome to Graziella TV. Welcome to Graziella on www.graziellaTV.com. Serving up a hot dish of this and of that. Only on GRAZIELLATV.com. Be there.
Bonjour mes amis et bienvenue à GRAZIELLA TV. Je suis votre hôte, GRAZIELLA Barata. Hey guys, don't freak out. My show's not going to be dubbed in French. But today I'm going to show you how to make a French bistro dinner fit foodie style. What, you didn't know I spoke French? Hello? Hi everyone, are you ready for your French bistro dinner? Tonight we're going to be having hanger steak with shallot and red wine sauce, potatoes, and green beans French style. So what we're going to do first is start with 2 shallots, and I'm going to make our sauce. So hanger steak is a typical French bistro dinner, and I actually had it recently for my birthday. Went to a really nice French restaurant and I fell in love with the hanger steak. So I'm going to chop these shallots lengthwise for our sauce, and it's a really, really simple sauce, believe it or not. You know, I think French cooking is mistaken for being so complicated, but it doesn't have to be. And of course I'm doing it fit foodie style, so we're using a little bit less butter, a little more olive oil, and still full flavor. So after I'm done with these shallots, I'm going to take them to the stove and start making our sauce.
Okay, je suis prête.
That means I'm ready in French. I'm going to heat the stove up and bring it to a medium, add some olive oil to start our little shallot and red wine sauce. So I've got about a tablespoon and a half of some olive oil, and we're going to add these shallots right in. This is a really simple and flavorful sauce because shallots have a really strong flavor, a lot more than onions. So we're going to saute these for a moment. Okay, so while my shallots are sauteing on medium, right back here I've boiled some potatoes. I've got some small red potatoes, and those are going to be sliced, and we're going to put this sauce on top of them. Back here now I'm going to heat the stove, and I've got a shallow pan with just a little bit of water. Check that out, very little, okay? So here I'm actually going to steam these fresh green beans that I just washed, and I don't like to boil them because all of the nutrients come out in the boiled water, so I like to keep them all in, and I'm just lightly steaming them with a little bit of water. Once they've steamed enough, then we're going to add some flavor in there. So these shallots are looking good now, and I'm going to add some red wine. We're only going to use a bit of butter in the end for a little bit of flavor, but we really don't need all that fat. So I'm adding some red wine to really bring out a delicious flavor in the meat. We're just going to saute this a little bit on medium, and now I'm going to get my fresh parsley ready to add to the sauce. I'm chopping up some fresh Italian parsley to add to our sauce. This is going to give it a nice fresh flavor. Just give it a rough chop. And I've also got some dried thyme, some sea salt, and black pepper. So let's go over to the stove again. Now we're going to put in my fresh flat leaf Italian parsley. And this is a really, really quick sauce, so you kind of have to time it just so. Got my parsley in there, adding some freshly ground Himalayan pink sea salt. If you've never heard of this stuff, Google it. It's really, really good. It has a really strong flavor, and you don't need as much as you do of regular table salt. I'm going to take my French thyme, and be careful with this. Just want to add a little bit. Get those flavors going in there. And lastly, some black pepper. Great. Now I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of butter. That's all this needs. So you can see a lot of these sticks of butter have it already marked for you. So just 1 tablespoon of butter. Seriously, don't need any more than that.
En avoir un dans la peau, c'est le pire des mots, mais c'est connaître.
I'm going to add just a little bit of water to my sauce. And now we're going to thicken it with just a little bit of organic flour. I'm putting just about a teaspoonful and really sprinkling it around the pan so that it doesn't get clumpy. You kind of want to mash the flour into the sauce with the back of your spoon to get out any lumps. And now we have our shallot and red wine sauce ready for the hanger steak. Now let me get my hanger steak out. So like I was saying, hanger steak is actually a really small portion of the steer, and it's not always widely available, but I am finding it in more and more supermarkets. So I'm going to just place my hanger steak right on top of the shallot sauce that's sauteing. And of course, cook it to your liking. I like medium. And now this hanger steak is going to really absorb all the flavors of our shallot and red wine sauce. And as you can see, it has this nice marbleization going, so it's really tender. Okay, now just to wash my hands. Okay, we're going to bring over my salt and pepper again and just season one side of the beef because again, most of the flavor is in that sauce below it. But we want to make sure that it's seasoned well enough, so just a little bit over the top there. Good. While my steak cooks, we're going to check these green beans, and they have steamed to perfection. And now we're going to add some flavor to our green beans. I'm going to add about a teaspoonful of butter. Get some salt, some pepper, and lastly, I'm going to add just a little bit of thyme. Perfect, so the green beans are actually in their own little sauce. There's a little bit of water left from steaming them and just a dab of butter with thyme, salt, and pepper. Perfect, that's all you need. Great, so these are done. I'm going to take the heat off of them, cover them up. And now let's turn our steaks over. So I've turned my steaks over, and they need just about 2 to 3 more minutes. If you like them more cooked, then about 5 more minutes. So I'm doing mine about medium. And you're getting all the flavor from the shallot and red wine sauce. Perfect. So I've got my green beans done, my hanger steak is almost done, and now we're going to take the boiled potatoes out and slice them, because we're going to put this lovely sauce right on top. I'm just getting these potatoes on my cutting board. Be careful, these potatoes are very hot. Slicing them up and going to plate them so that they're ready for the sauce. So now the steak is cooked to my liking, and I'm actually going to finish the sauce off with a little bit more red wine. Just a little splash at the end. It's going to marry the flavors really well. And you want to really make sure that you get the juices at the very bottom. Okay, so you should have some little pieces of parsley that are stuck to the bottom. That delicious goodness. You want to scrape that up because that's what makes the delicious sauce. And that's what makes it thicker. And we're done. Let's plate our beautiful steak. way that I saw this served this weekend was they fanned it out very nicely. My food isn't always that pretty looking, but it does taste good. I'm going to try to make a nice little presentation here. And now I'm going to put some of this beautiful shallot and red wine sauce on top of our potatoes. So typically hanger steak is served with frites, French fries, but this is a little healthier version, and of course potatoes are good anyway. So we've topped it with our nice red wine and shallot sauce. Now we're going to plate our green beans. Just a touch of butter, salt, pepper, and thyme. The trick is to making this look pretty. I know this tastes like good French bistro food, but now we have to make it look like it. So you don't want to splatter your green beans all over the plate. You want to arrange them nicely and neatly. I can't help but lick my fingers. This sauce is delicious. So what's different from a typical French bistro dinner? Well, here I use a whole lot less butter and a much larger portion of green beans. And instead of French fries or frites, we're using boiled potatoes, and we've topped it with our delicious fresh sauce. Your wonderful French bistro dinner can be eaten any time of the week, Fit Foodie style. Thank you so much for watching Fit Foodie on GRAZIELLA TV. I hope you enjoy the French bistro dinner as much as I do. I'll see you next time.